Good day, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another episode of Let's Play Baldur's Gate 2. Before we continue on and delve deeper into the fortress of the Dionysus, I want to make sure that you know what spells we need for this area, because we'll be mostly fighting trolls. And that means, now, since we haven't fought any, well, we did fight one sewer troll, but other than that, you want to make sure that you have at least a few Mal's acid arrow spells equipped, like I have here. Also quite useful is Fireball, although Fireball is like not centered on one target, so it might be a little bit hectic casting that in a group fight. So you might want to stick to single target spells. Also Flame Arrow, not a bad decision either, because it is single target, and thus it can be very useful for these kind of occasions. Now, without further ado, let's delve deeper into this fortress. Also, there's a little bit of a secret here in this area, or rather in the fortress itself, which contains a very good item. I believe it can actually be used by Animan, but I have to make sure that that's the case. Normally I have Minsk carrying that flail that we will get here, so he will be normally the one that carries that. But this time around Minsk is not here, so that's an option, right? Cause that flail is counting as different kinds of weapons. It has some weird stats, like really telling me, okay, that different weapons are counted different weapons. Not sure why that is, or why they would do that, but I guess it can be used from different classes, so I suppose that makes sense in that regard. Now, if you haven't got any acid or any fire spells, you will get fire arrows and acid arrows, just for the matter of it.
Very well. How can I help?
Not a bad idea, actually. I mean, no one is going in here and saying, "Well, I'm gonna have acid and I'm gonna have fire spells equipped right there." Because normally you start adapting to the enemies that are in here, and you don't actually know what's gonna happen to you most of the time. You don't know what enemies you will be facing right before that. Unless, of course, like in this case, Nalia actually tells you about it, so you might know what's gonna happen. But sometimes you kind of don't do the quest, and then you forget about it, and you don't have your spells equipped that you actually wanted. So, yeah, you kind of get into the mood of like forgetting things, and can be very dangerous sometimes in areas where you don't have the time to rest. No, we don't want to transfer the glasses. Also, I'm only collecting these items to sell them later. They're not really making a big impact on what I'm going to do next, so just forget about them if you don't really need them. Right. And there's also a lot of special and secret entrances in this castle, especially on this floor. So you should always be careful and have a watchful eye about corners that you might not know if there is something special there. Most of the time your thief can detect them quite well. Not even sure if that's gonna change anything, but these special entrances normally get detected better if you let them search in find traps mode. And a little bit faster as well. Also, there is an item here that I want to collect, which is the ring of I think earth elementals, if I'm not completely wrong. And I want that because I'm not sure if that's a bug or anything, but you'll see what I mean in a second. Right, gonna collect that. Yeah, there's the ring of elemental summoning, and that's one of the flail heads of the flail that I want to forge here. Unless you're a fighter, you, by the way, cannot get back into the fortress after you've finished it. So if you mess up and completely forget about the forging of the flail, you cannot get back, unfortunately. And that means that, well, you can't get the flail afterwards. So you better make sure that you forge it before you leave this place. Luckily I'm a fighter, so I don't have a problem with that, and I could go back if I so wanted to. However, I'm not going to, because I will think about that beforehand. Now this is the ring of... actually it does say that. Okay, maybe it was added in later, because in the previous versions I'm pretty sure it doesn't say equipped abilities +1 armor class bonus. Although it might be, that's only because in the German version it doesn't say that. Pretty sure in the German version it only says special abilities once per day, and that with the Earth Elemental, and doesn't tell you about this armor bonus. Interesting. Well, alright. We want to equip this ring because of this. As you can see, +7. But not on this character for now. I'm gonna equip it on Kelvin. This ring for now is important because we want to get a good amount of gold. And gold is dependent on charisma and on where is it? There, reputation. So once I reach max reputation, I can basically sell everything for max price, basically, anyway. So I'm not too worried about that until then. Whoa, that's a lot of trolls, though. And all my fighters are basically not where they should be. That's not good. That is not good at all. Ah, there we go. Much better. Ooh. Okay, Draconia stays here to protect the door from any trolls that would like to rush through, which is now not gonna happen. Right, we need to get Airy out of here. Ooh, go, 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 Airy! Good. Now let's cast Mouse Acid Arrow on that troll. Didn't die yet. There we go. 1,400 for each troll. Actually, quite an okay experience point. Quite okay experience points, rather. No, you shouldn't open that. They only stay down for like a minute or so, so you should be able to get them easily, but you need to be also a little bit quick about it. Otherwise you won't be able to just slay them instantly with the acid or the fire. And I probably will need to rest at some point as well, so... This part's actually pretty easy if you go in with characters that are more developed. Cause trolls, they hit okay damage-wise, but they're not that scary anymore at this point. The boss fight maybe in this castle is still gonna hurt, but other than that I'm not making myself any thoughts about trolls being a problem. And yes, they kinda do sometimes critical damage, or try to, but as long as we wear helmets, no problem whatsoever. There shouldn't be too many more this level. Also, you don't want to go into the courtyard just yet. You will see why later.
Just ask. Tell me all about it.
Also, these small trolls here, ice trolls, they're not really that tough. Oh, I even hit him with a critical hit and it was already near to death. Lovely. Also, if you have an item that does fire or acid damage on hit, that is gonna be awesome. Poison is not working for them, but everything else is. Okay, that was weird. There we go. It's like, what? He's not dying through acid damage? What's going on? Is someone trolling me? Seriously? Also, something that you would probably never even realize without having Thrones of Bale installed is this. There is something in, well, the toilet, and it's the Star Sapphire. I've never seen that before until I basically had the add-on installed, because you can then see things that are normally not visible to you.
You need my skills, I see.
That's closed, okay.
This reminds me of that time way back.
Showing all things that you can open is pretty awesome, in my honest opinion. One of the best things that has been done to roleplay games in a while is this. Show everything that you can open or touch or manipulate, which is quite nice. Ah, this time it actually worked. Lovely. Yours didn't, but that's okay. Nalia is gonna be my awesome caster forever. I mean, she's like the best mage in the game, especially because she's low-level thief, and after that you can start leveling her as mage completely without having second thoughts about anything. And that is sweet. This place here, if you click on it, a simple wood range with a cauldron. This could be used to cook something if you had reason to do so. Well, there is a reason. Basically, in the lower levels, you have the opportunity to actually do a quest, or not a quest, but a certain part of this fortress in two different ways. The first thing would be just like to bum rush in and kill everything, or the second one would be to sneak one of your party members to the side entrances, put something that you've cooked here into one of the cells, and then lure the monsters that normally would be in the middle room up to that point. Close the cell, and they cannot get out. So you basically don't have to fight, I think, 4 specific monsters later on. I'm not a big fan of it, because I normally don't do it, because I don't need to do it. It doesn't give you bonus experience or anything, as far as I remember. So there's not really a great motivation to do it either way. So normally I'm just going through it with like killing that thing, or these things basically, and then that's it. Right. Now this was actually pretty easy, and we're gonna rest here though, to make sure that we have every spell that we need once more, especially the acid spells. And once we get up here, you'll also notice,
Have to find my aunt's bedroom.
yes,
There's a secret passage within that leads to the cellar entrance.
indeed. Now, I'm trying to remember. Yeah, I think we can't do that just yet, so we'll have to go back later.
Tell me all about
Oh wait, actually we can do it, I think.
it. Nothing to it.
Yeah, there's something going on later here that I want to show you.
Don't yell.
Some
Yes,
very
yes,
interesting
yes,
things,
yes,
honestly.
yes, like that.
You want.
Gonna cheat a little bit with that, but that's okay. Right.
I'm waiting.
Good. We want to go south first. So let's open. Whoa, ooh, ooh. I don't want those to stand in front. Just outfighters. More than enough.
Is that all? I'd hope for more.
Ow.
You will fall yet.
There we go.
Take that.
I'm letting Draconia lead the way now, because she is the fighter with the least armor class. It's always good. Also, when you are the fighter, you actually have the opportunity to own this fortress later on. If you ever want to do that, then the money that you'll earn by the fortress will be in here, as far as I recall. So, if you want to know where that is, it's in here.
Turnip still in
Just ask. Very well.
Oh, let's go in here. Wow, that was one hit again.
I can do more if you need.
Uh-oh.
You shall suffer my wrath.
Right, we're gonna make the spell magic on him, so we can actually attack him already. I'm not a huge fan of letting priests or casters do anything in this game. And I try to avoid it as best I can. That they can do anything. Especially hold person is gonna be a really tough thing to battle through. With like trolls around you and spellcasters around you and all that good stuff. So you better be wary about that. Oh yeah, and also sometimes these trolls, well actually this one I believe only, splits into two different trolls. It's just a one-time thing though. So it's everything's alright. Whoa, what the? That's not good. There we go. Needed to, but it's dying. There's some more errors over here, but basically why we want to go here is this one. The key to the keep. Key to the keep will open some doors in this area, and you want to be able to do that.
Yeah, very well.
Now you could go on the palisades, not going to do it just yet. Right, that should heal everyone up to full. What? Why is he invisible? Hello? Okay, I'm not sure why he was invisible, but I didn't do it. Oh well. Maybe someone casted it on me, I didn't even recognize it. Interesting though, that they do that. Anyway, we want to go into the middle area of the keep, of the second floor. Because there's someone that we want to meet in here. Oh yeah, right. This is not a door that I can actually open. Correct! Forgot about it. Need to move all the way around to actually be able to do this. There should be, I think, a troll, yes. We're gonna cast another Malfasted Arrow. Also, these are giant trolls now, they're a little bit more resistant to damage and can take a good punch of damage as well. There we go.
Only I could do as much for all in need of me.
And another one.
I am yours to direct, my friend.
What is it now?
Another giant troll.
You will fall
No, it's a
yet.
normal one. Zing!
Yes, yes, a standard tactic that.
Just tell me all.
How are we helping the less fortunate trudging
You
around
need
in
my
here?
skills, I see.
Well, the less fortunate, Nalia, are the ones that you assigned us to do help. This is your aunt, for example. Oh, you've learned the maximum. Alright. Although these arrows are very special, the arrows of piercing. Well, basically they mean like +6 physical piercing damage if you don't make your save versus death. But also they are considered +1 for hitting anything. So pretty good. Pretty good. But most of the time I'm not using them either because, like, for example, this thing, it shoots arrows +2. Or bolts in this case. This one is definitely, what is it? +5, for example. And Nalia will also get a bow that is a lot better later on. than she has at the moment, so I'm not making myself too many thoughts about these kind of things. Especially ammunition got really replaced with the add-on. Like, you have basically this fire crossbow for Jan, you've got the sling for every other caster basically that you want to have.
Serve my duty.
And here we have the lady of the keep. Well, up here anyway. And this is just her guard. So, let's see what he says. Oh, actually he is, it seems. Well, yes. Right, we're gonna let Lalia initiate the conversation here as well. Lady Delcia Khan.
It's like a nightmare. Yet more hooligans tracking the filth through the halls.
Yes, obviously saving you, but I guess it doesn't mean anything to you.
Auntie, please.
Indeed! Thank you for telling her. I mean, she's so up-nose.
Oh,
Ugh.
dear. What have you brought home with you this time?
What? I'm considered a what now? Thank you. Yeah. As one of them. Right, we're going to start a little bit of discussion here. The measure of a person is the quality of their life, how they live it, not how they are judged. Oh no, please don't get her going. Ah, too late. We could do that, but no. Fine, lady. Leah, we should not be moving on. Now would be nice. Hmm? Oh, yes, of course. I like it. A cache of gold, eh?
Just ask.
Well, not really.
Restraint on your part, and I appreciate that. She's decent enough, but very set in her ways and hard to deal
You
with.
sound like God.
Yes, I can see why she would be hard to deal with. Definitely. Also, another secret passage. And there should be another one right here. Just gonna make Jan detect them again. This here leads down to the main room that we want to go basically later on. And this room here is a place guarded by golems. Flesh, clay, stone, iron, stone, and flesh. Now, we don't want to deal with these golems just yet. Trust me, we do not. However, there will be a chance to deal with them later. And I would like to show you that, but not right now. We need to forge the flail first anyway. Because otherwise we won't be able to hit these things. Not properly anyway. Right, anyway, I'm going to heal up. And then, when we come back, folks, we're going to make our way around the other way. And back into this room here. Then, I'll show you the middle. Here, where we can't get just yet. So, I will see you all next time.